Okay, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a pencil sketch, and what I provided for you guys here are 3 people and a blank for you guys to add your own photo. This is the Honorable Sonia Sotomayor, the first Supreme Court Justice. This is Fred Komatsu, who was a Japanese prisoner in the United States and became civil rights activist. And this is, of course, George Floyd, who was one of the main reasons behind Black Lives Matter and some more civil rights. So it's important that we know our history. So when you click on Sonia Sotomayor, it will then open up in Google and Photopea. And what first thing we want to do is do a Control J with the layer highlighted. We did a Control J, which duplicated the layer. We're going to rasterize this layer. So it is something that we're working on in here. We're going to come to select and remove background. So what this is going to do is it's going to remove the background. And I've done this once before, so it's giving me a 5-second delay. It's wanting me to watch a commercial or ad. And now that it's finished with this 5-second delay, it actually removes the background pretty nicely. From here, what we're going to then do after we remove the background is we're going to do we're going to add a layer. We're going to fill that layer. So this is the add layer button here at the bottom. We're going to fill that button, edit and fill with white and say okay. Move that layer underneath. We're going to duplicate the mask layer. So you have to click on the mask layer again and make a duplicate. Now we're going to do a adjustment layer, and it's going to be a hue saturation, which takes away the color and makes it all black and white. So we move it to the left to 100%, so it takes all the color away. We're going to click back on that top mask layer, and we're going to go Image, Adjustment, and Invert, which is a Control I. And it makes everything that was black, white, everything that was white, black, and it's working with color underneath it. So with the black and white underneath it, also we're going to do a color dodge, which has them cancel each other out there. Now once that's done, we're going to go Filter, Blur, and Gaussian Blur. Bring it to about a 17. That's kind of good there. Now that that's there, we're going to add another adjustment layer, which is Curves, and allows us to then move it over and darken our photo. And that's a very nice pencil sketch. It gives it an effect that it's not just black and white, but it's actually drawn. So once we go there, we're going to go File, Export as JPEG. Now when you export the JPEG, let's make sure that it's 100%. Click on Save. And your JPEG is now downloaded to your computer. And then you're going to do a file, Save as PSD. And what you want to do is you want to save it to your Google Drive. So you go to this PC, Google Drive, My Drive, and I'm putting things in my Photopea folder, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Save. And say yes, and go ahead and save it there. So this is where all my Photopea files are going to be at. But you want to make sure that you do have a JPEG so that you can add it to your Google Photos and all your assignments. So that was how to do the pencil sketch. Now, if you click on the blank file, you have to do an extra step, which is you have to go File, Open in Place, and find a picture that you want to use. So I'm going to use a new picture of my son and I. And I'm going to go ahead and make it bigger. Add the adjustments there to make it bigger. So now that that's there, I'm going to do a Control E. So it collapses it and flattens it. I'm going to do Control J to add a new layer. Select remove background, and once again I'm going to have to wait 5 seconds for this little commercial ad to go through. And now the background should be removed. It's processing it. Our background is removed. I'm going to add a new layer. I'm going to edit and fill with white. Say OK. Put that under. I'm going to duplicate my layer again with a Control J. I'm going to do an adjustment layer, which is hue saturation, and take it down. I'm going to now click on Image Adjustment, Invert, or Control I. Take it from normal to color dodge. Come over to my filter, blur, Gaussian blur. There we go. I like it at about 12 there for us. Now that we've done that, we're going to add a new adjustment layer, which is the curves, which allows it to then darken. And once that's done, whoops. Go ahead and close that. Now you're going to go ahead and go File, Export as a JPEG, and Save, and File, Save as PSD, and I'm going to save it to my Google Drive, my Drive, Photopea, and Save. I'll replace the file that's there, and it's done. So that is how we do the pencil sketch. Thank you very much, and goodbye.